How's it going, everybody? This is Siri here. There's a new promo code I want to make sure that you guys have right off the bat, because that's usually what you guys are more interested in. However, there's something else I do want to go over, which is actually in-game, which is going to be the command center to get that 7 red star KNULL. I want to make sure you guys have all the proper information on that. So first, let's go ahead and get that promo code taken care of. From the Marvel Strike Force website, go to the hamburger icon, go all the way down to player gift. And the code for today is going to end up being August counts. August counts. It looks like all capital. We're going to hit redeem, and this is going to get us 2,000 of the antimatter and 200 power core. So not too bad. They keep kind of upping those. I know that some people are disappointed because we don't have a lot of the antimatter. However, it was the same way with Intel. Then they started ramping up. So I'm not too worried about that yet, especially since they did also lower the cost of a lot of things in that Intel store, except for those character shards. Let's go ahead and jump in game, and we're gonna end up taking a gander at a few things. The first thing is in the command center, the KNULL finale is currently going on, and there's 28 days on here, and our goal on here is to hit the 250 point marker. Now this is going to end up getting the 7-star KNULL. We have that 28 days to be able to get that. So what do we need to do? In the objectives portion, there's going to be a daily on here to battle in raids or play in raids one time, use G20 characters, 5 characters, and that's going to get you an additional 2 points, or also hit the 20 mark on here. That's going to get us an extra point. So I'm going to pull up the calculator. You guys won't be able to see it, but that's going to be 4 points times 28 days, which gets us 112 points right there. There's going to be a weekly portion on here to where we need to do Cosmic Crucible. And for this one here, I'm not going to factor in the G20 because I know that is limited for a lot of people. And we're going to go ahead and go back up here later on so we can try to see the best way to min-max that portion on here. But if we don't factor in the G20 on here, this is going to get us 15 points. This is going to go on 4 times. That is going to end up being 60 points right there for 172. Now for the monthly, we have 1 month to do this portion here. We're going to just look at the war portion. We're not going to worry about this portion down here. And I do have a PSA about this stuff later on, so please bear with me. This is going to get us 10, 25, so that's 35 points, plus 50, that's 85 points right here. That gets us to 257 points. So as long as you do your raids, then you're going to be fine, and you'll be able to hit this by the time this is done, and that's going to get you to the 257, which is just after this. Now, the important thing I want you guys to know, when this says play in war and play in Cosmic Crucible, this is offense only. This is not going to factor in the defensive side of things, and I don't think that it's worth doing where you have to pull and kind of dissect your defense to be able to hit this. If you do that, will you be able to use KNULL sooner at that 7 reds? Yes, you will. But is it really worth it to kind of hamper your alliance? I really don't think so. KNULL is going to be fine at the 7 yellow, 6 red portion, and then you're still going to get this by the end of it. Now, the other thing I do want to point out is for the G20 characters for raids. There's a few characters that I think are kind of going to be imperative on this, which is going to end up being your vigilante team, because for the Xavier saga, you do want to end up using at least 3 to 4 vigilante characters, and Blade and Oath, or just Blade and then kind of use 4 vigilante. That will get you 5 characters. So just by doing your daily raids, you should be able to hit that 20 mark. If you are kind of stressing and maybe have 1 or 2 G20 characters, what I recommend doing is going into your raids right here, go to the spotlight portion, and just farm the boss node right here. Let me see if anybody's behind me. Nobody's behind me. So, but what I would end up doing is going in here, hitting launch like this right here. I'm going to end up grabbing my team. I'll turn the sim off. We're going to hit fight. And what you're going to end up doing is actually quitting. Don't go in and retreat. Just go in, hit the node like this right here. As soon as this loads up, we have about 5% left. All right, and what you're gonna do is just hit the menu and hit quit battle and hit lose battle. This is going to count as one attack of your G20 character. So if you are limited to where you have, say, 1 or 2 G20, just make sure that you do this, and that's going to end up counting towards that null milestone. So that way you're not going to miss out, and you can actually hit those daily objectives for that. That's the main thing. And as far as the rest of this on here, to where if we go to the null finale, the Crucible portion, just do your Crucible battles. Just hit the 12, whether you win or lose. We just had the first day. We have 2 more to go. Being able to hit 12 Crucible battles is fairly easy. That's just doing 2 rounds. If you don't care about Crucible, go in, do a bunch of burn attacks, get those 12 hits. That's going to help you with the weekly portion. For the monthly, we have 2 wars. Say you do about 10, make sure you hit your 10 attacks, right? So you're going to do your 10 war battles. That gets you 20 right there. So this right here, being able to hit the 50, that will be done in about 2.5 weeks. This is actually very generous. So I do see that we'll be able to hit this a whole lot sooner. If you don't have your G20, if you have the G20, you're going to hit this a whole lot sooner. But I did want to make sure that you guys were aware about this, because I know there's been a lot of confusion. Hey, is this G20 just an offense? Is it offense or defense? We did get clarification that is offense only, but being able to hit the 257 with the G20 characters is going to get you that. Now, if you don't have any G20 characters, if we do the math on this and just do this one right here, that's going to be 28 points. And then you go down to the weekly. Again, this is going to be 15, so that's going to be 60 points. And then the monthly, this was 85 points. That gets to 173, which unfortunately, that isn't going to get you the 7 stars. That's going to keep you at the 6-star mark if you haven't done that. If you do have just the one G20 character, let's do the math on that one, because I'm actually curious. So you just get one G20 character. You're just dipping into that Xavier Saga. Being able to get 5 should be doable, and then you do those burn attacks. So say you do those 3 nodes for the Vigilante section, right? That's going to get you 3 points there. Then you go in, do the boss fight portion right there. That's going to add in an extra 28, so that's times 2, 56 points. That's going to get you to 229. And then if you end up doing, you would be able to hit the 15. No, that's going to be 1 G20 battle for 3 rounds. That's only going to get you 3. You're not going to get any on the weekly portion. Or the monthly 50 battles, you would do 1, so that's 2 a week. 2 times 4. You wouldn't be able to hit this. That would get you to 229. Maybe you need at least 2 G20s to kind of capitalize this. Yeah, so you do need to have, I think, at least 5 G20 characters. Because if you have the 5, you would be able to do this portion here where you play Crucible battle with G20 characters a week. So that's 5, 10, 15. Yeah. So say we factor in 5 right there. That's 6, 12, 24 points right there. That would get you to 253. So you need at least 5 G20 characters. And that should get you into the rewards portion to where you can end up hitting the 250 mark barely. So yeah, my recommendation is hopefully you guys can at least get to the 5 or hopefully close to it. Otherwise you're going to end up getting that 6-star, but to get the 7 you need at least 5, and that will get you the amount by the time this event ends up ending. So I did want to give you guys that PSA. As far as what I'm doing, I'm currently at 109k antimatter. I'm back to grinding the G20 pieces. We should be having that tech raid team hopefully next patch or the patch after is what I'm hoping for. So right now I'm currently sitting at 206 and 208. That's going to get me close to 3 tech characters. As far as the mutant, I'm at 267, 257. That would be able to get me 3 more mutant characters. I already did Azazel. I'm going to do 2 more of the Hellfire Club. After that, I might end up back into horde mode, but that's kind of where my process is with the G20. I'm still buying it in the store. I'm just doing targeted purchasing of it. Make sure that you guys burn through your intel. We have about 4.5 days left of that. And also, quick reminder, try to burn as much of the battle world as you can. I'm just kind of getting the Thunderbolt characters here and over here in the Ultimate store. So that's kind of where my mindset's at. But hopefully you guys did get some information out of this video. I want to make sure to get this out there for you guys. If you guys have any questions, post that in the comments. I'll be sure to get back to you guys as soon as I can. If you did enjoy this video, please remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, have a wonderful rest of the day.